Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This situation in LA is getting ugly. Oh, let me chime in on this situation. We ain't that far away from July 1st, and NBA free agency is coming up. And there's reports out there saying Dwight Howard is not looking to return to the Los Angeles Lakers. Oh boy. He is leaning towards signing with the Houston Rockets or the Dallas Mavericks. The reason why Dwight Howard doesn't want to come back to the Los Angeles Lakers is because he don't like Mike D'Antoni's system. Okay, let me chime in on this situation. A part of me understands where Dwight Howard is coming from. And a part of me is kind of leaning toward him acting like, well, how could I say this? A part of me is leaning toward him, well, I'm kind of feeling sorry for him, but in a sense I'm not. That's how I can get those words out. Okay. The bad thing about this, if the Lakers knew and they wanted to really have a legitimate shot at keeping Dwight in purple and gold, why would you not listen to what Dwight Howard wants? Dwight Howard don't want to play for Mike D'Antoni. Dwight Howard doesn't want to run up and down the court in that system because it's not benefiting his offensive skills. A lot of people out there bashing Dwight Howard saying you can leave. But if you really listen to the situation, it's all on Jim Buss. That's who it is on. Okay, you see a lot of teams out here getting better through the draft. A lot of teams building roster to compete. And compete is a key word. Compete for an NBA championship. And Doc Rivers has gone to the Clippers. And Brooklyn just got better. And now, if you see all of this stuff transpiring, Jim Buss still won't pull the trigger on Mike D'Antoni. If he's seen how the Lakers season ended in a horrific fashion against San Antonio, and you seen this guy melt down under pressure and couldn't really fix the Los Angeles Lakers, why in the hell would you keep him on the Lakers? It makes no sense. So you can't always blame Dwight Howard for not wanting to stay in LA. The Lakers is my favorite team. Always have been. When Kobe, Shaq, when we had those 3-peats, the 2-peat we had with Phil and Lamar Odom, Shannon Brown, the Lakers is my blood. But you always gotta look at the guidelines of the situation. Sure, if Dwight Howard got what he wanted, from Jim Buss, sure, Dwight Howard was signed with the Los Angeles Lakers. But Jim Buss wants to keep Mike D'Antoni as a coach of the Lakers, but it's not going to work. And you don't know really when Kobe is going to come back next year, maybe February. You lose Dwight Howard. What do you got? What do you have if you lose Dwight Howard and no Kobe Bryant in the starting lineup to begin the season? You're basically looking at a team that's not going to make the playoffs. They really snuck into the playoffs with Dwight and Kobe. Kobe did all the work through the regular season, but Dwight Howard and Kobe needed to figure out how to play together. I think Steve Nash's agent, you make him a role player and find a younger point guard like Jason Kidd was in New York. make him a role player, bring him off the bench, get a younger player to get in that starting lineup. Because Steve Nash is not going to be able to run the offense like he used to be in Phoenix. So you bring him off the bench similar to what New York did with Jason Kidd. Steve Nash still can shoot the three. But if you start the season, you're not going to really be able to rely on Paul Gasol to win you games in the early part of the season without Dwight Howard or Kobe Bryant. Now the Lakers traded Dwight Howard last summer. I was happy, but when you really think about it, the Lakers just didn't give Andrew Bynum a chance. Because if Andrew Bynum was still on the team, the Lakers would have had a nice shot to get where they was. I knew this was going to come back and bite the Lakers in the ass. You gave up the future with Andrew Bynum. Andrew Bynum was hurt. He was injury prone and he didn't really stay healthy. But Dwight Howard is the best big man in the game. Say what you want to say about Andrew Bynum. Dwight Howard is going to put up numbers. Dwight Howard is a defensive machine when he's healthy. Now, I watch basketball a lot. I study all the teams except Miami. But I just don't get why Jim Buss is too stubborn to pull the trigger on Mike D'Antoni when you see he's not benefiting the team. You started in the playoffs when they got swept by the San Antonio Spurs. It's before your very eyes. Now, you're not going to win a championship with this coach. And you definitely sure ain't getting past Miami. You're not getting past the Oklahoma City Thunder. And you're not getting past the San Antonio Spurs. Now, Jim Buss is bringing it all on himself. If Dwight leaves, it's not the fans' fault. It's not Mitch Kupchak's fault. It is Jim Buss's fault. Because if you keep subjecting Dwight Howard to a coach that he don't want to play for, you're not going to win no championship. Dwight Howard said he don't want to play in Mike D'Antoni's system. So if you want to keep Dwight Howard in the Lakers uniform, fire Mike D'Antoni because he's not doing nothing for this organization. The Lakers have 16 championships. 16 banners up there. Partly because of Phil Jackson. But you couldn't win a championship with Rudy T. You couldn't win a championship with Mike Brown. And you're not going to win a championship with Mike D'Antoni. Phil Jackson is the only one that can solve this problem. I think Dwight Howard will fit great into Phil Jackson's triangle offense. I think Kobe Bryant would teach Dwight the triangle. I think he will figure out a way to get Steve Nash involved in that triangle offense. And Brian Shaw is going to Denver. So he's not coming in. The Lakers is a franchise is stuck. They stuck. And it's sad because this was a team that was always prepped themselves for championships. Dwight Howard wants a ring. But nobody's saying that he can't handle the pressure in LA. He played in LA for one season. He can handle pressure. It's just Jim Buss and his stupid, massive ego don't want to hire a coach that can't win. You want to start up the season losing games? This fire the man. This all it is to it. Why would you keep him around? And you see how things blew up in the playoffs. It blew up. It blew up in Mike D'Antoni's face. And I'm a Lakers fan. But it blew up because of this dumb offense. Don't nobody want to run that offense. Don't nobody want to run and gun up and down the court for an 82-game season. Especially with Kobe Bryant coming off his Achilles. Why would you want Kobe Bryant to play for Mike D'Antoni? It's all Jim Buss's fault that the Lakers is in a state of I don't know where I'm going for the future. That's all Jim Buss's fault for bringing in a coach that you knew good and well was not going to take you to the promised land, but you want to keep Dwight Howard. You can't be selfish. You can't get both. Either Mike D'Antoni goes or Dwight Howard leaves. And that's point blank. That's point blank, and I'm out.